What's good, B-Sounds? Cha boy, Kickin' Red, back with a golden, crunchy nugget of wisdom for you. I see this all the time. I know it's been me. Tell me if it's been you. Someone tells you that they're on a diet. They tell you they're on keto or IF or Weight Watchers or anything, and it is going great. It's probably 2 weeks in and they're feeling better, they're losing weight, and this is the one, this is the time, they're finally gonna shift the weight, they're gonna look like Claudia Schiffer, everyone's gonna start throwing money at them, and they're gonna get invited to live at the White House. Cut to a week later and they're eating cake and crying in the gift shop. It stopped working, they got frustrated, they bounced back. Why? Because they aren't doing two things, and we'll get to those two things after I tell you one little secret. One that is not gonna sell any books or programs or diet clubs. You ready? Any diet can work. You're not a muppet, you probably already know this. Literally any diet can make you lose weight. You can eat only cheesecake, you'll lose weight. You can eat only potato water, all you do all day is just slurp that starchy potato water and you can lose weight. Why? Because you're taking in less calories than you're burning, and that is almost the only thing you have to care about. You can eat anything, and as long as you're taking in less calories than you're burning, you will lose weight. Everything you need to know that is more nuanced than that is only going to affect your satiety, so how hungry you get and therefore how easy it is to maintain, and your composition on the other side. If you are drinking 12 kale smoothies a day and that's it, that's all you're getting, and you're staying under your calories, sure, you're gonna lose weight because you'll be dead from thallium poisoning, but before you actually die, you'll be giving your body no choice but to make up for that caloric deficit by pillaging the body for extra energy that is stored as fat. But you also aren't gonna be getting enough protein, so if building or maintaining muscle is a goal of yours, well, that's not gonna go well. Your body needs protein for all sorts of repairs, for making hormones, lots of things. And if you aren't taking it in nutritionally, it's going to be plundering what's already inside of you. And that means breaking down your hard-won muscle. It also means slow healing, exhaustion, mood swings. It's not a good plan, even if you aren't trying to look like a 1985 Dolph Lundgren. You got to get your protein. Another couple of good reasons to be keeping an eye on your protein intake is that protein is incredibly satiating. It makes you feel full, and that fullness lasts, whereas carbs make you feel real nice until they make you crash, which makes you want to eat more carbs. Fats also satiating, but they have twice the calories per gram as protein, so unless you're on keto, protein might be the way you want to spend your calories. Protein also has the highest thermic effect of the macronutrients. So what that means is that it requires more calories to digest. Carbs and fats take between 5 and 15% of their own caloric value to digest. Protein is between 20 and 35%, which makes it a great choice for the caloric conscious. It's like when you eat, you get a little 20% off voucher for your calories. I'm not saying eat 20% more, I'm just saying hooray, what a success. It's also worth considering the nutritional value of your food. Now that's a long, deep hole to get lost in, and I think one of the reasons why people sign up to Weight Watchers or buy a diet plan is because they want someone else to do the math and make it easy for them, but in reality, it's not that deep. The greener it is, the gooder it is. Try and get some other colors too. I will eat broccoli basically every day, and if not, spinach, green beans, asparagus. I try to get a good chunk of something green every day, and then another color. You know, tomatoes, peppers, carrots, parsnips, sweet potato. You can basically skip all the beige stuff. If you never eat a potato again, you aren't going to be missing anything. So, with all that nuance out the way, here are your two things. Food scales and your phone. Weigh everything you eat. I know if you aren't used to paying attention to what goes in the flavor cave, this can seem like a real pain. And it is. But consider this. It's already a pain in the ass to be on a diet. Not being able to willy-nilly cram tasties into the trash compactor of your face is the worst. That's 99% of the effort. Why would you not do the 1% of effort that actually guarantees it's gonna work? You can be on a diet for a month and gain weight if you're not weighing stuff. And at the end of the month-long slogathon, when you've made no progress and not enjoyed yourself, you're gonna be fed up and hella mad and probably think, enough of this. Do that tiny little extra 5 minutes of work every day to guarantee the results. If you don't lose weight after counting every calorie, every calorie. You need to reevaluate the amount of calories that you're eating. It's that simple. There's no other options. Unless you defy the law of conservation of energy, which will make you Neo from the Matrix, there's no other possibility. Unless someone's piping custard into your nose while you're asleep, there's no other possibility. Unless someone's smacking you up with biscuit crumbs while you're asleep, there's no other possibility. The second thing you need is your phone. Get online, give it a little tappy tap. Find out your TDEE, Total Daily Energy Expenditure. I'll link a website in the description. You're gonna tell it your weight, height, sex, age, activity levels. It's gonna tell you how many calories you can eat safely and avoid being called Big Tony or Biscuit Boy or Lord Humongous. Now get on the App Store, tap it tap, download MyFitnessPal, tell it slightly less than the number of calories that is your TDEE. How many less is a balance of how fast you'd like to lose weight and how enjoyable you want your journey to be. I remember being on about 1,300 calories when I was a big chungus, and it worked, but it was not optimal for having a nice time or retaining muscle. I recommend starting off with 150, 200 calories as your deficit. If that's too hard, bring it back up a smidge. If you're 9 days in and nothing's happening, bring it down a smidge. Starting off with a massive deficit is going to make your time miserable, and it's going to make you more likely to yo-yo. Trust me, I know, yo. Also, remember that when you cut your calories, your body's going to try and compensate for that by reducing NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. You'll burn less calories by walking, moving, fidgeting less, and your body will actually get more efficient with its energy requirements. So a diet is always a balancing act against those forces. If you cut drastically and then your body adapts, what's the next move? Cut even more, move even more. You are best off cutting slow, and then when your body adapts, you've still got somewhere to go. You're best off cutting slow, and when your body adapts, you got somewhere to go. You can draw out the fat loss process and keep progressing for longer, and progress is what we're here for. So, you got MyFitnessPal, you got a target, you got scales. You're gonna scan the label on everything you eat. You're gonna let MyFitnessPal count the calories, and you're gonna try and eat higher protein foods. When the app says you spent your calories for the day, you're done. Stop eating. Repeat tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, until you wake up looking like Tyler Durden or Marla Singer, whatever it is you want. But why do those diets like Weight Watchers and Slimming World work? Glad you asked. Don't get me started, it makes me mad. But basically, if you eat a lot of cake and then you stop eating a lot of cake, you're gonna see an improvement in your body composition because you're encouraged to eat healthier foods. That's great. Their recipes are actually very good and designed to give you lower calorie versions of stuff that you might already be used to eating and enjoy. Can't fault that. But a few weeks into the diet and you start to realize how you can maximize the amount of brownies that you can eat with your sins, or you just replace all the calories that you cut out that were crisps, you replace them with unlimited foods like potato, pasta, rice, you know, all the high calorie, nutritionally sparse crap. Sorry, I told you it makes me mad. It's all gonna come undone, and they want that to happen because they want you to think the diet works, which it will at first, and then they want it to not work so that you'll stay in the club and keep paying them dues. They want you to yo-yo because that makes them money. Okay, final relevant thoughts, I'm no longer mad. Studies have consistently shown that the higher protein you're on, the better your body composition will be. There was an 8-week study that shows that even between a high protein group and a ridiculously high protein group of resistance trainers, while they both built the same amount of muscle and they both lost fat, the ridiculously high protein group lost 5 times the amount of fat of the high protein group. Also, this one's down to you. It might work for you, it might not. I would encourage you to try and find a way for it to work, but don't be afraid of treats. I found that when I was on low calorie, low protein, when I had a treat like a Bakewell slice or something, I would spiral out of control. And then 2 cheesecakes later and 9 White Russians later, I would be filled with regret and cream cheese, obviously. But now I'm on higher protein, I am more generous with my calories, obviously still in a deficit, but that deficit is like 200 and not 1,000. much less yo-yo-y. I can make room in my calories basically every other day for something 100% naughty and not useful. As long as I track it, as long as I'm staying within my calories and hitting my protein, that's fine. Now, if you find something that you love is a trigger food, like you eat it and then you can't stop eating, yeah, cut it out. But if you can find a way of enjoying it in moderation, like for me, here's my big one. Instead of buying a whole egg custard tart from the bakery, I bought a 4-pack of singles. That was my first step. And now I buy a 2-pack and I only eat one of those. And the other one I save for later in the week. I know. Adulate me. If you can find a way of enjoying it, that is the way forward. You will make progress so much more pleasant and so much more consistent and so much more easy to keep up if you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. To maintain the body you want is going to take this being a lifestyle and not a phase. So you have to find a balance where you can do the things you want to do, just maybe not in the quantity that you want to do them. Okay, I probably went into too much nuance here. I'm told I'm not very good at giving just the tips, but I always think that without the why, you're gonna think, nah, why not? So I hope you found something useful here. If you do these 2 things and put a little thought into some of the nuance, I can guarantee you results or your money back. If this is your first time here, do hit that subscribe button. You'll be doing me a solid. We're putting out, I think, a good balance of free workouts, good information, and silly but entertaining japery. And as always, my friends, get them gains. Be well.